Celebrating 10 years of award-winning car talk, it's the In Wheel Time Car Show. Coming up, Consumer Reports and the best tires for your ride.
Aha!
We Need More Jeff will review his pre-owned car of the week, the Tuk Tuk. Richard Tomlin joins us with an SCCA update. We got the racing calendar. We'll also have the stories making automotive news headlines this week. That and more just ahead on the In Wheel Time Car Show. A good Saturday morning to you, along with Mike Out of This World Mars, King Conrad DeLong, who's back, Jeff, Chaos Coordinator. We need more Jeff.
I got
Dziekan,
that from one of my fans from the women's prison. Sent me that.
Chaos Coordinator. Wait a minute. What was Chaos? Wasn't that from
Get Smart?
Yeah.
Yeah. They made that.
And 99. They Maxwell Smart.
Agent 99, yeah.
I loved her.
They make those in prisons, and they send it to me.
This portion of In Wheel Time is sponsored by Garages of Texas. Luxury garage suites. Put a roof over your ride.
Sorry.
It sounds like he's got a leak in his roof, doesn't it?
Good Lord Almighty. Take care of him. All right. Let's move on to a friend of the show's from Consumer Reports. And Ryan, I am sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, but I know that you're going to help me here.
You can't sound that out?
Yeah. How about Pszczolkowski?
Somebody, you cheated.
No, I did not. No, I didn't. I swear I didn't cheat. Am I right?
Yeah, that's the Americanized version, I guess.
Okay. Well, you tell me the un-Americanized version.
To be honest with you, I wish I could. I can't say it very well. Obviously, that's a pretty Polish last name, but it's
I like it.
along the lines of Pszczolkowski. But it's hard to get your tongue to roll off that way, you know.
Gotcha.
We'll go with Ryan.
Mine is Dziekan, and it's a DZ.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's another story for another
hour.
Because we managed to get sidetracked.
I know. I always
Easily.
do that. Thank you.
Yes.
Squirrel.
Ryan, it's great to have you here from Consumer Reports, and I know that Consumer Reports just came out with the best tires. Well, there's so many tires, something for every make and model of vehicle known to the entire world is out there, and it's all way too confusing for most of us. It's certainly me. And I was hoping that you'd be able to help us out in that affair.
Of course.
So,
I
I know you guys have broken it down into, things like best all-season tire, best performance all-season tire, ultra-high performance. Mm-hmm. And so you just kind of guide us through this. First of all, what is the criteria that you guys used to come up with these different winners?
So going back to the first part there, we have, you read there was an all season, and there's the ultra high performance, and then there's truck tires even on there. So when we test tires, we have three major groups of tires. We have car tires, passenger car tires, tires that would go on a Toyota Camry or a Chevy Malibu, something like that. And then we have SUV or all season SUV tires, truck tires. That's another group of tires. And then we have ultra high performance summer and all season tires, which are obviously tires that go on sports cars, high performance vehicles. So we kind of group them into three major categories. Now the criteria, being Consumer Reports, we're very safety conscious, and we put a heavy weighting on safety related aspects such as dry and wet braking, handling, hydroplaning resistance, safety related stuff. So, after we do all our testing, we crunch all these numbers down, and the tires that usually come to the top are tires that are well balanced in all of these test criteria.
Well, the first one that I zoomed down to, I have an old Corvette, a 2001 Corvette, so it's 20 years old. I needed tires, and I went with what was available through, we have a group
Connection
here called Discount Tire, and so and are you familiar with them? Anyway, so they offered a Michelin Pilot Sport for my Corvette, ultra high performance summer tire, and it just kind of fit for Houston, Texas, and my car. I've not done anything to the engine. I don't do burnouts. I don't do things like that. And I certainly don't do, over 150 miles an hour. But this was what came up for the car. And I have to tell you that once I put these tires on there from the worn out ones that were on there, what a world of difference just a new tire in itself made in the ride and handling of the car.
Absolutely. We often say, everyone has a different budget and they want to, different needs for a tire. But we always say any new tire is better than a worn out tire that you've had prior. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's a new tire, it's going to be better for sure.
But the best all season tire, is that basically for cars, or is that for SUVs as well?
So it's mainly cars, but there is an overlap. What's happening is we're having these smaller SUVs, CUVs, crossovers that kind of blend in with the car tire market. What we're seeing less sedans on the road. Let's face it, there's more and more SUVs, small SUVs, and there's an overlap in some of those original all-season tires sizes. And now the manufacturers are also coming out with tires marketed just for these CUVs. So we're trying to cover that. But as time goes on, it's slowly evolving, and there might be a point where all-season and SUV all-season tires are just one group, and we test those together. And then when you probably see on that list, there's truck tires also, but these are more body-on-frame 1500 series pickup truck tires or SUV, like a Chevy Tahoe, those kind of tires.
Where do you test them at?
We test at our test track in Connecticut. We have a 327-acre facility where we do all of our own testing. A few of the tests do get sent to a lab. We do a treadwear test, 16,000-mile treadwear test that gets done actually down in Texas. And we run on the government the treadwear course where they use for UTQG, Uniform Tire Grader.
Yep.
Tire grading.
Very familiar.
And so we use that course for our treadwear test, and then we do a rolling resistance test that goes to a lab, and it's run. The tires are run on a dynamometer to measure their resistance to roll. Basically, how fuel efficient are they? And the rest of the testing is done by us at the track, or we go sometimes for a winter traction testing. We have to go up north because believe it or not, it doesn't get cold enough here in Connecticut sometimes, or we don't get enough snow, so we go north.
We have a test track it's owned by Continental. It's in Uvalde, Texas, that I've been to numerous times, and of course they test their own product against other products out there. Bridgestone does the they do very similar things there, and they also have the tire dyno at Pirelli out of Rome, Georgia, which is an amazing facility in itself.
Oh yeah, yep, absolutely. I know I talk about we have 327 acres. It's really nothing. I mean, you go to some of these proving grounds that Michelin or Continental have. I mean, these are thousands of acres.
Right.
But in Connecticut, 327 acres is actually a big piece of land.
It's like a third of the state. Well, Ryan, I understand you have a video you wanted to share with us.
So I have a quick clip. It's just a couple clips of us actual testing footage. I guess I'll share my screen.
Mm-hmm.
And
if Mars has given you permission.
Yeah, he's got it.
Give me 1 second.
It's okay. We didn't mean to catch you off guard.
Press hard, 5 copies.
Yeah, press hard, 5 copies. That's it. Well, while you're doing that, I did want to note here that, for instance, there, under, I guess, would you call it the car category, it's best all season, best performance, and best ultra high performance. And so I'll let you go ahead and do that. We'll come back to my question here in just a second. Go ahead.
Yep, sorry, I finally got it here.
That's all right.
So this is ice. This would be our ice braking test. Literally, stop on the brakes on the ice. We disable ABS, so there's no anti-lock brake system working because at low speeds it can be pretty finicky, and we're looking for a consistent stop. It's 10 miles per hour down to 0.
Now, I have to tell you and interrupt here that if I owned that indoor ice rink, I would be a little leery about testing tires on my rink.
On my ice.
So yeah, so I lied earlier. We also do the ice testing is done off site. Obviously, we don't have we have a lot of facilities, but we do not have an ice skating rink. We have a good relationship with the people that own that, and they trust us.
I don't know why.
Oh, there's two technicians' jobs I don't think I'd want out there in the blizzard, changing tires.
Yeah. So this is we are up north at a ski resort, Jay Peak, northern Vermont, and we're doing a acceleration, just no traction test acceleration from 5 miles per hour to 20. We measure the distance it takes to get to 20 miles per hour. A more tractive tire gets there in a shorter distance.
Oh my gosh!
What you're seeing here is our vehicle dynamics area. It's a big parking lot, if you will. We set up an autocross course. I'm sure you're all familiar with an autocross type of event. We time it, and we have a subjective rating of how did the tire react in this course. That, along with the time, gives us a rating. This is a fun test when you're driving a Subaru or a BRZ or a Toyota 86, or it's not so fun when you're driving a full-size pickup truck and you're barely fitting through the course. But we do this with all of our tests, different tire groups, rather.
So in your tire testing, because reading the list of who won, they're all pretty much major brands, except maybe the Vertestein WinterTrack Pro.
Yep.
Do you test, because I know there's a bazillion brands throughout the tire industry. Do you test pretty much everybody, or do they have to submit their tires to you for testing?
So if we could test them all, we would. But there comes a time where there's just not enough bandwidth. We don't have enough.
Right.
So we test. It's mostly major brands, some second tier stuff. We have tested some third tier, lesser known stuff, but basically we test tires that are easily available. Some of these obscure brands, you might see them for sale for a while, but you can't, if you blow a tire out and a year later, you might not be able to find that tire. They ship them over here in a sea crate, a ton of them. Yep. And when they're gone, they're gone. There's no,
and they sell them cheap. They do. And of course, you got major brands like Goodyear that sell Dunlop and they sell Kelly. You've got Michelin that sells the BFGs. Yep. So you've got brands within brands, and they're the good, better, best versions of that brand. Like you said, there's some that are third tier, which is within the brand.
Exactly. So it's, we have a close relationship with a lot of the manufacturers. So we reach out. We're in close contact about what we should be testing. We test replacement tires. So when you buy your car from the factory, or you buy a car from the dealer, it comes from the factory with OE tires or original equipment tires that are spec'd out by the vehicle manufacturer. They're in contact with the tire manufacturer. There's priorities that they want in the tire.
Yeah. Right. OE fits. Exactly.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yep.
Yeah. So the replacement tires have different priorities, if you will. So we find that the replacement tires are they can wear longer, they can have better winter grip, stuff like that. Where it's not necessarily a priority for OE tires. More OE tires are looking at fuel efficiency and maybe quietness, stuff like that.
You spoke about the UTQG code, and my familiarity with that is that each manufacturer has their own rating. It's like the fox watching the hen house, so to speak. They do their own testing, they make up their own numbers, and then here it is at the end.
So it's like the government.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're allowed to
fudge
it a bit. So, and it's interesting because some actually will be more conservative. If they have a UTQG rating of, say, 700, the tire might actually have gotten an 800 in the test, but they're trimming it a little short so that people are more satisfied.
Exactly.
And less treadwear warranty claims, that kind of thing. And then some go the other way, and that's why we do the treadwear testing that we do. We use it it's more of a comparative tool because we're testing all these tires each year in a group. So the mileage we get is obviously it's a little bit optimistic at times just because it's the perfect conditions. We rotate the tires every 1,000 miles.
Right.
The pressure's checked, alignment's checked. Everything is perfect. Let's face it, people.
You guys take much better care of the car and the tire than the true owner will.
Right. So we're. After that 16,000 miles, we're able to project out about how long these tires would last.
Do you do anything with the LISI?
I'm sorry?
Load index, speed index ratings?
No.
Okay.
We don't do anything with that.
Okay.
Ryan, can you hold on just a second? We need to go to a commercial break here real fast. And we want to talk to you about some of the name brands, one that stands out in particular. So stand by. We'll be right back.
Garages of Texas offers first-class luxury garage suites to keep your collection in a safe, secure location with 24-hour access. You'll love your own private space that's developed with other like-minded enthusiasts in 2 Houston area locations, in Katy and the Woodlands. Visit garagesoftexas.com to see how other enthusiasts have designed their motor vehicle man cave. But you need to act fast. These properties are almost sold out. Visit garagesoftexas.com for full details. Join the Garages and Gearheads Having Coffee Cruise-In at the Katy location, August 28th, 9 to 11 a.m.
You're on the In-Wheel Time Car Show. Thanks so much for joining us on this Saturday. Our guest right now from Consumer Reports, Ryan Pszczolkowski. I hope I got that right. He's with us. We're talking about tires this morning and some of the winners in their annual test. And one of the things that stands out for me is Michelin seems to really kind of strike all the high notes on many categories of tires.
Yes, Michelin over the years has done pretty well with us. Like I mentioned earlier, the tires that seem to rise to the top of the list are tires that are well balanced in all the test criteria. So, certain tests are weighted a little more heavily, such as dry and wet braking, hydroplaning. Those are safety related. Michelin seems to rise to the top in a lot of those categories, and they tend to wear a long time too. A close second oftentimes is Continental. In general, Continental makes the general brand.
I agree.
They're excellent tires, also, and oftentimes a good value. The general tires, a little bit cheaper tires, but excellent tires. So
where can our viewers, our listeners, go to regards to Consumer Reports to get the information that we're talking about?
So consumerreports.org. If you become a member, you'll have access to all the ratings that we test, all the ratings of these tires that we test each year. So that would be your best bet. The online, we have a magazine. The tire issue usually comes out in November, December each year. Again, but that would only be, it's usually only just the ratings for that year, depending on how much magazine space we have. Online, you have everything right there. We have a tire selector that allows you to put in your size, and it will bring up all the tires we've tested that fit your vehicle and their rating. So you kind of can narrow down a choice, that way. The beauty of us, I think the way that we display the ratings, they're in a list, and you don't always have to assume the tire on the top of the list is the best for you. There might be a tire halfway down or a little ways down that is, fits your budget and your needs. Down south, they're not really worried about winter traction, and that's one of the criteria that can bring a tire further to the top of the list. If you're not worried about winter traction, the tire at the top of the list might not be the best fit for you. So we always tell people to use our ratings as a comparative tool to make an informed decision on what you should buy for your vehicle.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's great to have you here today. We love talking to you guys at Consumer Reports, and one of the things that I have enjoyed with Consumer Reports is the fact that you guys do so many different things, especially when it comes to cars, and it's truly a pleasure. All of the work that you guys put into it, and I know that there have been some people out there that it's Consumer Reports. We don't, blah blah. Well, no, I think that it's legit, and I truly believe that you guys do great work, and so I would encourage our viewers and our listeners to be sure and check out consumerreports.org. And thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Well, yeah, thank you, and tell everybody we said hello up
you
there.
You bet.
I will, for sure. Take care, guys.
You too. Ryan Pszczolkowski. Pszczolkowski.
Okay.
Ryan. With Consumer Reports.
That's it. Speaking of Consumer Reports, I know that Conrad has some things that he wants to talk about. For instance, the racing calendar. And tonight, there's a NASCAR race.
Daytona.
Woo-hoo.
So there'll be...
so I'll have something to do on a Saturday night.
I
what
got
you're
plenty
saying.
to do.
Yes.
I have to do
Yes.
laundry.
Well, I thought you and Jeff usually went out drinking on Saturday. Oh, no, that's Friday night.
Friday night.
Friday night.
Yeah, we don't go just drinking.
You are lucky we are here.
No, we
And
had
not
Mexican food and had a
And
margarita.
margaritas.
Just
There you go.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next weekend is NHRA, U.S. Nationals, the big go. And friends of the show, the Emmons brothers will be there.
Very cool.
Stan and Sheila Holt will be there.
Dale?
I know that.
He's
It
giving
bothers
Mars
me
the
when you
finger.
point.
I was
I know,
trying
but
to
I'm
get
not
Mr.
sure.
Oh, just
Slap
going
me.
last night.
Okay, anyhow.
At any rate, so Houston Motorsports Park, the September 4th race has been postponed. The reason being is because of COVID. Some of the racers have come down with COVID. And so we wish them a speedy recovery.
There's just more than that, Conrad. I'm glad you're sitting down. You're going to love this.
Here
But
you
the
go.
Tuk Tuk is a motorized, if you want to hold that first shot, Mike, that'd
I'm
be
going
great. The
back.
motorized Tuk Tuk originated from the design of rickshaws. That's
Yes.
it right there,
Carl
folks.
Benz.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's it on the screen.
The original Tuk Tuk.
Yes. One wheel in the front and two in the rear. It was a single-cylinder engine steered by a handle. The Tuk Tuk got its name from the sound that earlier models made.
Tuk, tuk,
The
tuk, tuk,
engine
tuk,
made
tuk. It
the
was a
tuk,
thumper.
Tuk, 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 tuk,
tuk,
sound.
tuk, tuk,
That's
tuk,
where it
tuk,
came
tuk.
from.
That three-wheeled thing, that's kind of like that
speed
stupid
it up.
thing that I absolutely cannot stand on the streets today.
So this is the more common Tuk Tuk here.
Some of the things on the steering wheel came from the Tuk Tuk because this Tuk Tuk has the same similar steering wheel in the beginning from
Like,
that.
I don't see the Surrey with a fringe on top.
No,
Tuk Tuk.
no. I kept those out. So it's just a matter of what you want. Now to buy one, you can get one overseas. There you go. Couples, on Lovers Lane in their Tuk Tuk. That's pretty nice right there. Hold that shot. You can buy a Tuk Tuk. You can get parts for it.
But they sell millions of them, because it is such a popular mode of transportation in those countries that have extremely small roads.
And if you're watching the news, anything going on over there, you can still see them. And I think you brought this up, Don, a couple weeks ago about a Tuk Tuk or a three-wheel vehicle, and I told
did.
you I was going to do it, and there it is.
Well, thank you so much for entertaining us.
Back to you.
All right. The In Wheel Time Car Show streams on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts are available on your favorite podcast channel. The In Wheel Time Car Show continues right after this quick break.
We all know about aftermarket and online parts stores, and each one has something to offer, but they don't offer original factory parts. That's where Bayway comes in. For original factory parts, visit the Bayway stores first. Give them a call or stop by. Bayway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Bayway Chevy, and Bayway Lincoln carry a complete line of parts for the do-it-yourselfer. Keeping your newer classic original means a lot, and you can count on these fully stocked parts departments to help keep it that way. Bayway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Bayway Chevy, and Bayway Lincoln, keeping it original. Tailpipes and Tacos. Houston's premier monthly car cruise-in returns Saturday, September 18th at 2 Loopy Tortilla Mexican restaurants in Katy and inside the Loop on the Southwest Freeway near Kirby. Tailpipes and Tacos is free and everyone's invited. You'll see collector cars, hot rods, customs, magnificent originals, and resto mods at 2 locations. Cars from all over Southeast Texas cruise in and show off in a friends and family event at the Loopy Tortilla Mexican Restaurant on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10 in Katy, and inside the Loop on the Southwest Freeway near Kirby. Drag racer, car enthusiast, and Loopy founder Stan Holt brings you Houston's hottest cruise-in, Tailpipes and Tacos, inside the Loop on the Southwest Freeway in Kirby, and in Katy on the Grand Parkway just south of I-10, where you'll see the In Wheel Time Car Show. Get your ride ready, and we'll see you at the Tailpipes and Tacos Saturday morning cruise-in, September 18th, 8 to 11 a.m., weather permitting. Gulf Coast Auto Shield has moved to a more convenient location. Now you can visit John Gray and his staff of dedicated professionals at their new shop on the South Sam Houston Parkway between Belford and Airport in Southwest Houston. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is the best at paint correction and ceramic coatings. Clear bras and custom wraps are specialties that only Gulf Coast Auto Shield installs with award-winning accuracy, and all their services come with a warranty. Lamborghini, Aston Martin, Porsche, and Ferrari owners depend on Gulf Coast Auto Shield for their specialty services, and you should too. The In-Wheel Time Corvette and Cutlass have both been massaged by Gulf Coast Auto Shield, so isn't it time your vehicle visit their new shop in Southwest Houston? Call John Gray today at 832-930-5655 or visit online at gcautoshield.com. That's gcautoshield.com. paint, coatings, wraps, and more at gcautoshield.com.